Hey, Segovia, back with another one. Hope everyone out there's having a good day, y'all. We got one. We got one today. We're gonna have some fun. It's Wednesday. Why not? Hump day. Let's do a little video to get over the hump. Let's take a walk on the dark side. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Mexico makes biometric identifier mandatory for all citizens. And this was posted on July 18th, 2025. Down here it says Mexico has officially introduced a digital identification system by signing a law that turned the previously optional biometric-based citizen code into a mandatory document for all citizens. It contains personal and biometric information, including photograph and QR code containing biometric, fingerprint, and iris data. Here it says, yes, Mexico has mandated a biometric digital ID system for all its citizens. The government has formally made the previously voluntary unique population registry code a mandatory digital ID requiring all citizens to obtain a new version that includes biometric data such as fingerprints, iris scans, and photographs encoded in a QR code. This reform, approved in July 2025, is part of a broader initiative to create a centralized unified identity platform which will integrate the CURB with various government and private sector databases for real-time identity verification. And then down here at the bottom, it says the mandatory biometric CURB is being rolled out gradually with full nationwide adoption expected by February 2026. That is in 6 months. And today is August 5th, 2025, and according to Amir Sarfati, it says the United States has given Israel the green light to initiate powerful military actions in Gaza and likely to annex and definitely occupy parts of the Gaza Strip. It says here, in recent hours, we sent a letter to President Trump informing him that all Hamas leaders outside of Gaza will soon be eliminated. So things, even though they kind of have calmed down over there in a sense, they have not calmed down at all. Things are only going to be picking up from here. It's just a matter of how they're going to go about it and what they're currently doing to further their mission. And so remember, Israel is full of deception. What they say and what they do are two different things. And so they are keeping everybody on their toes. But one way or the other, with all this stuff happening, it is important to remember that God is in control. He is sitting on the throne, and he's always been sitting on the throne, and praise God for that, because whether my world is falling apart, it doesn't matter. My happiness is not the main thing here. The main thing is always the gospel, and that is how to know for sure you can get to heaven. The gospel is in 1 Corinthians 15, that Jesus died according to the scriptures, that he was buried, and he rose again on the third day according to the scriptures. And so whenever you focus on what we might conclude is bad news, try to remember the good news. The good news is the gospel, and praise God for the gospel.
Crazy.
This whole village in India just got washed away, y'all. They said this was caused by a cloudburst. What the hell is a cloudburst? I never heard no shit like that. They said it's when the sky opened up in one little area and it's like it dumped water. Just pour that shit out the cloud. Like what? They said at least 4 people was gone from this jump right here. And over 50 people was missing. Y'all, look at that shit.
Damn.
Nigga, it look like a tsunami coming down a mountain. So you mean to tell me water just came pouring down and it caused the tsunami to come down the mountain? That is crazy, bro. No warning. People was probably just in their house minding their business and this happened. I swear at this point you learn new shit every day. I never heard of no cloudburst. I heard of a starburst. Prayers go up for everybody that was affected by this, everybody that lost their life, and everybody that's going through something right now with this damn flood.
So I just watched one of my kids go through the process of trying to get a job, and this job market is fucked. Absolutely fucked. When I was my child's age, you could just walk into a place and pretty much get hired almost on the spot. People talking about, I mean, she was competing with a high school diploma with people with college degrees to get a front desk job. To get like full grown adults are competing for jobs with somebody coming out of high school who just needs the job for like pocket money. You know what I mean? Like, our economy is fucked. And not only that, she couldn't even get callbacks. Like, it took 2 months for her to get a job, a summer job, just like a job, a summer job. So the economy is fucked. And anyone who says anything else, especially people my age, oh, you should just do this and you should just do that.
Get that a lot with y'all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They're currently
like, we get that a lot with you guys. Like, I know back in your day, you could just go into a front desk job. Hey, is there any way I can talk to the manager? Hey, you hiring, man? You know, I need a little work. I'll do whatever you need me to do. You want me to sweep floors? I'll do it. You know what? Be here tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Done. Can't do that no more. You can't do that. You can't even go talk to a manager no more. You go talk to somebody. You can't even go inside of a doctor. You go inside a doctor's office. Nothing, y'all. Can I talk to somebody? Nah, you gotta apply online. We're not really hiring. You know, I was at the UPS store and I saw somebody ask the UPS driver, like, "Are you guys hiring?" Nah, we're not hiring right now, man. But you always look online. Like, those cool people, you'll bump into them every once in a while. Like, yeah, what's your name? Like I would say in my past video, like when people would ask me when I was with Sonora Quest or LabCorp, and I felt like they were cool, I'll be like, yeah, hey, we're hiring right now. Use my name. Here's my name. I'll write it down for you. Tell them I'm your cousin, and I'll talk to the supervisor. That's all I can do. Try to get you in for an interview. It's in the ball's in your park there. After that, you know what I mean? I would get people in for interviews, but after that, it's up to them, y'all. They like you or not. But you know, you got to know somebody now. That's just the way it is. It sucks, but that's just the way it is. And a lot of older people, they don't understand that. They think put your boots on and go knock on doors. Like, it don't work like that no more, y'all. It doesn't.
Wizard of Oz at the Las Vegas Sphere, and it is an abomination. People hate this thing. And for good reason, because over 90% of the film has been updated using AI, and what the hell is this? They're airbrushing the original footage, basically memifying entire scenes. It looks like I could have created this in CapCut. They're cutting out the characters and then just slapping them onto a different background. Now, this isn't the first time that the Sphere has shown a movie. They've shown The Matrix before. However, when they showed The Matrix, they still cut out a portion of the screen to act as a movie screen, and then had the rest of the Sphere interacting to enhance what was actually happening on the screen. Just look at these two examples and the difference in the quality.
That's funny. Wasn't he pointing the other way?
Of course, people do go both ways.
Oh, that's whack. That would throw me off. I thought the whole thing was the movie. That would throw me off, y'all. And you're gonna pay $100 probably for that ticket.
They gotta go back to the drawing board on this one, because this movie is never meant to be seen that way. But yeah, looking forward to Star Wars whenever they decide to roll that one out. Probably 2027 for the 50th anniversary. But what do you guys think?
Heard any of the backstory that you described?
Oh, it's interesting.
What was going on in, what was it, Peru?
Yeah, 1997, Operation Laser Strike.
Operation Laser Strike. Never heard of it.
So this was a classified U.S. Southcom, U.S. Southern Command operation to track narco traffic, drug traffic in Peru, Colombia, Bolivia, all sorts of South American countries. And the MACG, the Marine Air Control Group 28, was sent down alongside some elements of the Air Force and a pretty large joint program, including the CIA, to set up TPS-43 and other radar systems to track some of these narco planes. And so Jonathan Weygandt, there's still debate on whether his station was in Pucallpa, Peru, which is kind of central Peru, Iquitos, Peru, which is northern Peru, because he wasn't privy to where he was taken for this radar detachment to track the narco traffic. I personally think this is northern Peru because he just gave a lot of details about the flight time down to Peru, details about time spent on planes. So one morning, late March, early April, he is doing nighttime guard duty. And a sergeant comes up to him, I think this is Sergeant Montalegre, and says, hey, there's been a crashed craft. We need to go out and see if it's friendly. Nothing about UFOs, just a craft crash. This could be a plane. So Weygant, Sergeant Allen, Sergeant Adkins, and about 7 other Marines all drive in a direction to go find this downed aircraft. By the time they reach the LZ, after a combination of driving and trekking, the Marines come across a ravine where about a 20-meter in length egg-shaped craft is just stuck in a granite cliff face. Probably granite. Weygant doesn't fully know for sure what the material is, but wedged in there. There's fluid leaking out of the craft. There's what looks to be 3 hatches, one of them open with possibly a non-human arm hanging out of the craft. And this liquid is like clear, but it's viscous like syrup. And the craft itself looks somewhat metallic, but it's changing colors like purple and green. The best I can describe that is the mother of pearl effect, similar to oil on water. So Weygant gets pretty close to the craft. It's way above him, but he gets pretty close under it. He gets the fluid all over himself, and it's to this day like removed hair from his legs. It discolored his camis or his battle dress uniform. And so after about 10 to 15 minutes at the site, and some interesting details about the craft is there was a light going around its circumference that seemed to power down. Almost seemed like the craft shut off, including a sound like a guitar amp that eventually died down. Weygant eventually kind of came to hearing Sergeants Allen and Adkins yelling at him to, hey, step away from the craft. And during this time, he felt like, I know you and Jesse talked about Jake Barber and some of the psionics and stuff.
Right.
He felt like there was something in the craft reaching out to him, trying to communicate with him, trying to tell him that it was okay, don't worry, help us, but it's all going to be okay, which is really...
Are people in the Trump administration actually in control of anything?
Whitney Webb yesterday gave this very interesting interview. She wrote 2 really kind of seminal works on Jeffrey Epstein called One Nation Under Blackmail, Volume 1 and 2. But she's very on the pulse with this kind of deep state stuff. And what she's saying is that the Trump administration department heads are all just kind of like figureheads, quote unquote, that are made for TV, but there's actual other people running the government. So RFK Jr., right? You're like, what is he doing about it? Well, he's saying that no, RFK Jr. is just a guy who's good with the Maha base. He has that appeal to regular Americans, but there's another guy named Jim O'Neill, and Jim O'Neill is like an industry insider, and he's saying the same thing about like Pete Hegseth. Hegseth is a Fox News guy. You know, they're very good on camera. They can say a lot of stuff, but he's not actually running the show. There's another guy, Steven Feinberg, apparently deputy SecDef. So what she's saying is that, hey, we're going to let you be president, but we need our guys to actually run the thing. And then you can give the appearance of things changing, America First or Maha. All these things will give you like the show. Like Trump just cares about the show and producing that side of things. But in terms of the actual policy, there's other people that are in charge.
Did you know that Avicii had a single ready to drop just before he died that never got released, called Dun Diddy? Swedish DJ Avicii passed away in 2018. It was reported that he had allegedly taken his own life with a broken wine bottle, but Avicii's passing has never sat right with the whole world, still to this day, and this is where things start to get suspicious. Before he passed, Avicii had started to expose Hollywood. He had also tried to expose P. Diddy for sex trafficking, which kind of makes you wonder what was in that unreleased song. Avicii had started to drop a lot of symbolism, even right up until that very last song. In the music video for Better Days, you see a van being driven out with people in the back. Billionaires pull up to choose who they want. You then see kids running away, running through the desert. This video was a scream for sex trafficking. 6 months later, Avicii had died. This is where it gets even more suspicious.
Kind of look like there's giants in the mountains too. Did you guys see that?
Avicii was allegedly working on a documentary called The Silent Children. The documentary was set to expose Hollywood and all of the sex trafficking. He then died. He wasn't working alone. Also allegedly working on this documentary was Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. He was then also found dead, self-inflicted death. American singer Chris Cornell was also allegedly working on this documentary. He was also found dead, self-inflicted death. Anthony Bourdain, also working with them. guess what? Also found dead. Self-inflicted death. Now, while some people call this nothing more than a conspiracy, every single person who was allegedly working on that documentary is now no longer here to tell the tale. The fact is, Avicii did suffer from anxiety and depression. He struggled in the industry. He was overworked, and he was battling the dark side of fame. By 2016, he'd even chosen to retire from touring. He was done. Isn't it suspicious that every time we hear of a celebrity trying to expose the industry, they vanish? Nothing will ever convince me that Avicii's death did not involve some form of foul play. And it's a shame, because he was a legend.
What does 30,000 subscribers equal, like, income on Twitch?
Well, it's $5 to subscribe to someone. So 30 times 5, about $350,000.
You keep half of that? That's bad math, huh?
Why'd you say that?
Because the pigeons, bro.
I mean, there's splits on Twitch, so you don't get 100% of that $5, but 5 times 30 is 150,000.
Yeah.
But you don't keep all of that. Like, there's splits on Twitch, just like YouTube with ad revenue on YouTube. Like,
yeah,
you know, you give a portion of that to Twitch, but like it's like $150,000 for 30,000 subs.
Besides making good content, how do you encourage people to subscribe?
I mean, well, the subathon obviously helps because subs are cheaper, and if they sub, it increases your timer, and we did it as a group. But yeah, like you could also, like, I mean, I got banned for doing this because I didn't realize it was TOS, but I was encouraging people to sub.
A random lady warned me to leave the bar. She said tonight the veil was thin. So I'm at this little bar in Hyde Park. It was kind of giving like lounge vibes. I'm solo this night. It's a Wednesday night, and you know, one of those nights where like the music is soft and low, and you feel like you're supposed to meet somebody or something like that. So I'm at the bar, and I noticed this girl walked in, and she was bad, like long legs, small waist, just pretty. But she wasn't alone. She was sitting with this older woman, which looked like she was probably like in her mid-40s or something like that, and she was dressed in all black. And something about her just felt like heavy, like not bad, just like she had seen stuff that most people pretended they'd never seen. So they sit down like a few seats away from me, but shorty, she just like keep looking at me, like smiling, whatever, you know, like with the flirty eyes, like the come say something to me type of eyes. So you know what I do? I step. So I walk over, you know, and I'm like, you know, y'all mind if I join y'all? And the pretty one, she kind of just laughs and she like, yeah, please do. But before I even sit down, y'all, the older woman that she's with grabs my wrist like with all her force, and she says something like, the veil is thin tonight, you need to go. And I'm like, what? So I'm thinking she just being weird. So I look at the pretty girl like that was like, you know, kind of felt like she was inviting me over, and she just kind of laughed it off. She's like, oh yeah, she's just like that. Y'all, but the woman, the look in her eyes, like she was like dead serious. And she says it again, but like even quieter. She was like, the veil is thin and she's not who she looks like. Now I'm just freaked out completely. But, you know, I played cool, whatever. So, you know, I was like, oh yeah, you know what? I forgot something in my car. So as I'm walking out, I glance back and the older lady just watching me, like shaking my head. And the girl, she just staring straight now, like in a trance, like she's not blinking, not moving, like a damn statue. So I get to my car and my phone buzzes, and it's like an unknown number, just like one message. It says she wears her last face well, but it ain't hers. I'm like, what? Like, what is going on? Like, I'm over saucy right now. Like, I'm just trying to leave. Like, I thought I was gonna have a good time. But that's not the crazy part, y'all. Now this girl keeps showing up in my dreams, and she's been showing up in my dreams every night since that night. I don't know, chat. Let me know something, chat. Like, let me know. I don't know what y'all think. I don't know if she trying to set me up. I don't know what could possibly be going on. But let me know something, y'all. Like, let me know something. Please share this with anybody you think can help. Save the video, favorite, whatever. Because I might even continue and make a part 2 if we can get some traction and somebody can let me know something. Let me know some, chat.
I thought that video was gonna say how he had a black eye, right? Was I tripping? Did he have like some type of rash or something that, or is that just how it was? I don't know. I thought because I watched the first like 10 seconds and he was talking about a girl, whatever. I thought he got punched in the eye or something. He didn't even address that. But yeah, that girl put a hex on you, man.
So I'm sure you guys have seen in the last few days, Antarctica has been hit with earthquakes, swarms. That's not normal. Russia just had its 8.3 quake, followed by a volcano erupting for the first time in 600 years. That's not random. Pressure is building everywhere, from the poles to the Pacific. This isn't isolated, it's systematic. The Earth is shifting. We've been talking about it. I know I talked about Antarctica, I don't know, it was probably about 2 months ago at this point. But you don't need the mainstream headlines to confirm. Your body already knows. The question isn't if something is coming. It's how long you will wait to prepare. How long you're going to sit on the pot. Don't ignore the signs. They're global. And they're accelerating. Every day. Everywhere. New Jersey just got a quake that never happens. It's going to keep popping up. There's going to be more and more signs, and I just need everyone to stay awake, keep your eyes up.
If you're afraid of AI taking your job, I want you to save this video for later, and I want you to share it with someone who's thinking about what type of job they want to go into. Everybody knows that AI is probably going to replace some jobs, but Microsoft just released 2 lists. Right now, we're looking at jobs that are going to get replaced fairly quickly with AI. So as we go down this list, we see interpreters and translators, historians, customer service representatives, telemarketers, political scientists, technical writers, editors, advertising sales agents, new account clerks, personal financial advisors, archivers, web developers. So you can see,
advisors.
And it's got like kind of scores attached to it as well. Also like how many people have jobs in those spaces. So let's take a look at what jobs won't get replaced by AI. That way this video can be valuable to people you know. All right, and correction, it's 40 of the top jobs. So we got phlebotomists, those are the people who take your blood. We got nursing assistants, hazard materials removal workers, helpers, painters, plasterers, embalmers, plant and system operators, ship engineers, tire repairers and changers. I think, as you could see, dishwashers in there. So if you want to make a career dishwashing, could be a good one to get into. Tire builders. Basically, what I've conducted is things that take hands and physical labor are probably not going to get replaced by AI. So again, if you know someone who's thinking about what am I going to do for a career, where should I start, I think this video would be a great one to share with them, have them take a look at this list.
It looks like a lot of jobs in the trades, right? Cars, electricians, roofs, construction, HVAC, those things. And then a lot of medical, surgical techs, nurses, phlebotomists, those things, you know?
This is date night in your 40s. My husband and I were going to go to dinner and a movie tonight. We did do dinner, but then after dinner, we both were just talking about how tired we were. It's almost like testing the waters to be like, we still doing this? We still on? So we're in their car on the way to the movie theater, and I said, I wouldn't be mad if we went home, got in our comfies, and just watched Happy Gilmore 2 on Netflix. Just throwing it out there. He was like, let's do it. Let's refund our tickets. So now we're home to watch a movie at home and watch our hummingbirds. We get home and he's like, let's go out on the porch and watch the hummingbirds. They're probably out tonight. Date night in your 40s.
It's the best, right? It's the best. It's the best. When you're young, you gotta play all these games. You gotta go spend money. You gotta go bowling. You gotta go top golf. Just chill at home. Let's go have some dinner. Go home, chill. Watch the birds outside. That's what it's all about, y'all. That's when you know you found the one. When that's what they want to do. You don't even gotta ask them. That's what they want. They're doing this for you. I'm going to the movies and out to eat for you. When deep down you're doing it for her. And then you come to the agreement. Let's go home. Let's pour us a little drink, get you some wine, get me a little non-alcohol beer. And let's watch a movie. Let's go outside and watch the sunset. Let's go for a hike. You know what I mean? That's what it's about, y'all. Once you find that, you found the one.
We're tired. We're just tired.
Yo, Peru's atmosphere just flipped into apocalyptic mode. Now, this is very strange because this is abnormal for Peru. I've seen this in different parts of the world, but not in Inca, y'all. The guy says they have been experiencing this since Wednesday, and this is 3 days later, y'all. He's saying this is not normal and they need help. What is going on here?
Esto está muy mal. Esto de acá ya no es normal. Ya no es normal, mi hermano. Hasta los ojos me arden. Hasta los ojos me arden, mi hermano.
He's saying it's very bad. It's not normal. His eyes are burning. It's in the wind, and they need help. What is going on?
Estamos acá, en el apocalipsis. El apocalipsis es el Ica. El apocalipsis es el Ica. ¡Qué mierda, literal!
Y'all, they said it feels like it's burning their lungs, y'all. This is total recall. Look how orange the atmosphere is. And it is so bad, y'all. Everyone has to wear a mask because they said the smell is so intense. It literally feels like it's burning their lungs.
3 de la tarde en Ica. Esta es la plaza de armas. Y como vemos, muchos han tenido que ya sacar las mascarillas.
Just look at the intensity of this, y'all. Look at the sheer pressure of this wind. And again, y'all, this thing looks like total recall. Look at the sheer size of this sandstorm as it makes its way into Ica, Peru, y'all. It went from day to night in just a matter of seconds. This is crazy. Yeah, I think this is the times that we are in right now, y'all. We're in the times of revelation. What do you guys think? Please let me know down in the comments below, y'all. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. Let's continue.
Isn't this being talked about? Oh, I know why. Because of censorship. Because they want to censor us. Because if you don't fit the narrative, or 20 million. 20 million.
Don't start crying, bro.
You know, things are starting to line up, right? Let me just peep this real quick. Then you got the event that's happening in Congo. Then you have the event that's happening in Palestine. Then you have things that we don't even know with the schmex trafficking and all these. Sometimes, guys, when I wake up, I'm overwhelmed. 20 million.
So I sang it to my mom while I was holding her, and she took her last breath in my arms, and she passed. So when she passed, it was weird, lucky, because I she took a breath. I finished the song. She passed. She threw up on me. The nurse came up to me and goes, "Oh, your mom threw up. Oh, let me clean her up." And she went and got like this suction thing, to like a little vacuum to clean her up. And I go, "No, it's okay." And then she realized my mom wasn't breathing. So she panicked, called whatever they call that, Code Blue or whatever they call. And they all came in and tried to revive her. And I go, "It's okay. It's all right. She's gone. She's gone." And then, so I just, I hung out with her. They let me chill with her for a little bit. So days go by, and probably about a day or two, and I'm doing stuff to keep busy around the house. So I start cleaning out the garage, and this butterfly comes in and lands on me, and it charged me like a bee. It flew from me to the clothesline that we have, because my mom was old school. She would wash. We didn't have a dryer, and she would hang them on the clothesline, with clothespins. So at that time, I guess I thought I was trying to believe in something, like, that's her, you know what I mean? Anything. I think if a cat would have came up, I would have been like, that's her. So I talked to the butterfly. I just said, "Hey, Mom, if that's you, I'll be all right. Just don't leave me. Stick around." So the butterfly flapped her wings and then took off, like we were talking. Chamarita comes home that day from work, and I didn't even get to tell her my story. And she goes, "At lunchtime, it was the weirdest thing happened to me." I'm like, "What's that?" And she goes, "I was smoking a cigarette, and this butterfly came." And I look at her and I go, a butterfly? Now, I'm hoping, Lucky, that she's going to tell me it's anything but that kind of butterfly. So I go, "What kind of butterfly was it?" And she goes, "I don't know. I think they're called monarchs." I'm like, "Oh, shit." I go, "Well, what about it? What happened?" She goes, "It came and it flew and it landed on my pack of cigarettes." She goes, "And when it landed on my pack of cigarettes," she goes, "I just felt your mother," and started crying.
I'm like, oh shit, she's back. Like,
Oh, you got a life figured out, brother. How you got life figured out when ain't no life? I'm breathing though. Oh, no, you're not breathing. You're not breathing. Oh, it fucking feels good, brother. See, that was consciousness, right? Oh, that feels good, see, you think that's breath, but it's consciousness, right? You don't understand what the cosmos is and what the universe do, right? That breath hit hard, bro. It was oxygen. It was carbon monoxide. No, it's not that. Every time, that's what it is. Science proves that. No, it's whatever you perceive it to be. No. Because 1 + 1 is always going to be 2. Oh, no matter what you believe. I can prove 1 + 1 is 3. Listen, you plus him equals me. That makes 3. A man plus a woman have a baby. That equals 3. 1 + 1 is 3. And y'all still think it's 2. That sounds like voodoo economics, right? They think 1 + 1 is 2. That's why they can't understand God. That's why they can't understand the universe, because they still lost. What's 1 times 1? 1. What's the definition of time? That is how it works. What's the definition of timetable? That's how it matters. What's 2 times 2? 4. What's 2 + 2? 4. Gang. That's how it works. What's the definition of timetables? To make something what? Multiply. What's the number of times? 1 times 1. What's the number of times?
Debate. That was not a debate. That was an attack disguised as a debate. We're making them demons get to going. When a plane goes from one altitude to another, is often turbulence. If I start having conversation with a person that dwells on a higher level of existence, it's gonna agitate my demons, because I'm going from one altitude to another, and that's when you're gonna see me spazzing out, fighting to stay and keep everything on the level that I'm on. A missionary come, you would think these people are coming to seek understanding. No, you leaving here with this belief system, or you ain't leaving at all, gang. That's what that was. There was no understanding in that conversation. There was, if you don't believe what I believe and understand that I dominate you and I know more than you, I'm disrespecting you, I'm calling you out of your name, I'm going to be racist towards you, I'm going to discredit you, I'm going to get you to doubt yourself. Damn. So in your world, any other frequency is not allowed to be in your space or survive in that world. That's why you're seeking to control me. They can only see red, white, and blue, and 607 can see the rainbow. All they can do is force him to say, all right, I just see red, white, and blue. That's all I see. My bad. And then they got to ignore the rainbow. This man was not listening for no type of understanding. When you recognize you're dealing with individuals who only can see things a certain way and they're threatened by other levels of perception, you have to stop talking, because the only thing they're gonna do or can do is force you to see things the way they see it so they can control you. Because anything that you perceive outside of their level of understanding, they're perceiving as a threat. He felt threatened, bro. I think that's the same shit them missionaries did. That's all I'm gonna say.
Check this out. This guy is on a mountain range in Russia, right after this 8.7 magnitude earthquake that just happened. Check these waves. This is insane.
Ooh.
The dog had to run up the hill because the wave was crashing up the side of the mountain that high. Guys, the earth is literally crying out, trying to warn us. God is coming. The waves cannot even stay in place anymore. If you read your word, you would know this. God talks about in the end times, before he comes back, how earthquakes and volcanic eruptions and tornadoes and natural disasters will happen more and more frequently. And not even that, they will happen harder. They will get more destructive before he comes back and returns. Get your heart right. God is coming back.
Start reading the Bible, y'all. I got
soon.
one. Do you guys know, I remember a long time ago I was talking to my therapist about reading the Bible, and she said she got this booklet from like her church or whatever, and it tells you, like, I guess when you read the Bible, sorry, don't criticize me, I don't really know much about it, right? I picked it up once. When I picked it up, the devil was in my head, you know what I mean? Since then I kind of put it down, but I want to pick it up. And she was telling me that you don't read it from page 1 to page whatever, right? You know, in this pamphlet she got from her church, or booklet, I could probably order it on Amazon or something, like it tells you read this verse or whatever, this story, and then you go to the next one, you write your notes down, and then like by the time you're done going through that, you read the Bible. But you don't read it from page 1 like a regular book. Am I right or am I wrong? Let me know down below if you guys have any, you know, recommendations on one of those books to, you know, help me read and take notes so I can like go back and study the notes and whatnot. Let me know down below.
You have water in
Something's
your
calling
house
me, y'all.
or
Something's
your
calling me.
apartment. They put it in a straight line, right? Now think about it. Think about what he just said. Spring water, what does it do? It goes around in circles. That means it's kinetic energy. It's cleaning itself. What else goes in a circle with water? Toilets.
And that's what fucked me up, right? Because he said water in the toilet, but it ain't the fact that he said water in the toilet, it's where they use the toilet water at that fucked me up the most.
And what happens in jail? What happens in jail when they're using water?
Everybody gets smart. Listen, that's what I'm listening. In jail, I was the smartest. My body looked good. And we had a little thing like, damn, we went around drinking shit water. And the water's so hard. But I realize now water's supposed to be thick like the water we had in jail. And listen, and everybody in jail was running around getting smarter. Your skin get better. The fluoride is gone. That's what's going on. Because like he said, we drinking toilet water that spins. That's all, mama. So why do you think everybody in jail gets smarter? They calling you, telling you some shit you don't even think they even supposed to know. And they tap in.
As soon as they get out of jail, they get out and do some dumb shit, and then they get dumb again.
Yeah, they forget like me. That's all, I forgot. Listen, when I got out of jail, I turned back GDP device store, Crip Blood.
In Mexico, and they found the most important thing is that there are many holes. All these holes have fiber optics, all kinds of sizes. Some of them as thin like a hair, some of them thicker. And we now know they are used to see everything around us. This is a big sensor. They can see everything. They can see through ultraviolet, probably infrared. They can see inside you. They can see your cells. They can see everything. And besides that, they have all these copper dots. We think that this is the antenna. And they are able to broadcast from the fiber optics to the antenna and from there to somewhere else. And there is also these moons here. The inside of these moons is a different kind of aluminum than here. It's a different alloy. We don't know why. Also, we found that this looks like a chip. They couldn't find what it's made of. Probably it's an alloy that is unknown.
Academics built his career off of covering gang violence in the city of Chicago.
Yes.
Making nicknames.
Warren Shyrack.
Warren Shyrack.
That's the nigga who popularized Shyrack.
That's what he's the nigga who Warren Shyrack. Shyrack demons. He basically will give stories about random people who are beefing, who someone killed someone, gang violence, whatever, and just giving like backstory on it and making it like it's blood sport. Which is what Jubilee is. It's that slop content where it's something bad that you probably shouldn't be watching, but it's addicting to watch, so you keep watching. That's the same shit with niggas like Trap Lord Ross. I know because I used to watch it. He's like a white nigga. I think he's British or something. And he makes in-depth videos about gang violence and gang associations in these inner cities. The problem is, and the problem that's always been with this type of content is that Academics has never had a stake here. He doesn't actually give a fuck about the people on the ground involved. He isn't actually raising awareness to try to end gun violence, to try to end gang violence. He hasn't talked down. He hasn't talked to anybody on the ground who's leading this. There are niggas in Chicago right now walking in O Block in the most dangerous parts, trying to bring unity and peace.
Shout out to Young Will and the Unity people.
We see y'all. Shout out. Ask what Academics has done one fucking time for the people we make content on for 10 years.
This is actually insane. According to a recent stat, by the year 2030, 45 or upwards to 45% of women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be single and childless. 45%. A room with 100 women, 45 of them will have no children and have no husband. Probably not even a boyfriend unless you consider AI as a reasonable alternative. Folks, this is the long-term effects of modern feminism. Say what you will. And some may even say that feminism won, right? This is what they wanted. They wanted the girl bosses. They wanted women to be more occupied with spreadsheets than bed sheets, right? The home became an insult to a woman's ego. And instead, it was for you to go out there and to not just be like a man, but to be better than the man at being the man. And now this is where we are. I don't think anybody wins in this. And I don't have a horse in this race necessarily. I have wifey, and I stand on what I stand on. And, you know, I'm always going to be old school. But for those of y'all out there who think this is sweet, that is just going to appear one day, I will just go ahead and kick the can all the way down the road. You will be 43 and wonder what the hell is going on with you and me.
The first thing,
I mean, there's some women out there that that's what they want. I don't want no kids. I don't want, but guys be messing up too. Like there's so many like so-called alpha males that bash women all day. Well, first of all, the women that they're talking to are all about money. They're, you know, designer that's who they're talking to. That's who they're basing all women off of. But it's not like that. Like most of the women out there, the guys be messing up too, just as much as the women do. You know, guys, what are they doing? Playing video games all day, you know, smoking weed. Like, who wants that? You know what I mean? Like, it goes both ways, y'all. It's a two-way road. These, you know, of course, there's some women out there that don't want a man. They don't want a man. They don't want kids. They want to work on their career. They want to, you know, whatever. And if they regret it one day down the road, they regret it. If they don't, you know, more power to them. Like, you're happy. That's all that matters at the end of the day. But for people to blame it all on women, like a lot of these guys, like I've been on a lot of dates, y'all, a lot of dates, and I've heard a lot of stories, you know, from dudes, and I got a lot of stories from girls. You know what I mean? The girls scandalous too. You know, yeah, I can go on for days for, you know, girls that tell me how they lied to their man, but told him the truth at the same time, or did things with somebody, cheated on their husband for so long, and the husband still don't know it to this day. Like I got tons of those stories, y'all. I've been around the block, so it goes both ways, is what I'm trying to say.
learn, I think, when you sit with somebody that's dying is that death is the great foe that sits above mankind and scoffs at our wisdom. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He said that death is this great foe. It is the enemy that sits above us and mocks the wisdom of man. Mr. Don had built basically an empire within the community he lived in. He had made millions and millions of dollars as an entrepreneur. Couldn't read or write, but he still had to succumb to this process that's coming for all of us. Like, I don't know, man. That was like that just hit me. Like, we think we want to look up at the sky and we want to explain how the cosmos began, and we can't even solve our own biggest problem. We can't solve our own biggest problem, which is death, right? It's the biggest problem for all of us.
Yeah.
We can't figure out how to solve it, how to overcome it. Like,
Can't.
We don't
It's
think
inevitable.
about this enough. Like, have you ever thought, why are you dying? Have you ever thought about that?
Sure.
Like I get it. Like, all of us, we understand death as, you know, we go along through this life, and then something happens. We get hit by a car, one of our organs fail, cancer happens, whatever, and we say that killed us, right? And that thing did kill us, but your entire life is leading you to that point. Like, why do you have to die? Like, it's by necessity. You must die. Why? What's killing you?
You know, that's the only thing in life from the day you're born. That's the only promise we have, is that one day, I don't know when, could be in the next 5 seconds, could be in 100 years, but it's inevitable. It's inevitable. That's the one thing in life that we're promised. That one day we won't be here.
Say this, boy, something definitely on its way. Cause I live here in Alabama, right? And we've been having like cool weather like all day. Like in the 70s. And it ain't because of rain. Like usually rain make it cool, but it ain't rain today. Or at least where I'm at. And for whatever reason, even if it did rain, it don't get in those 70s in August. So for this type of weather to show up this early, yeah, something on its way, and it's coming fast. Whether it's the aliens or the rapture about to happen, boy, something is on its way. Because I know for sure for the last 15 years, I can recollect, there has not been no cool day like this in the month of August. And stuff and people has already been weird too, just to add along with it. So it's like people been weird, you know, now the weather being weird. Well, I'm telling you, after the year 2020, ain't nothing been normal for sure. Like a whole lot of stuff ain't been normal. Yeah, I think some stuff about to get ready to hit the fan.
So Oklahoma City happens in April of 1995. Clinton is totally focused on his reelection at that point. Things are about to get really crazy in his life with the Monica Lewinsky stuff, and there's just a lot going on in America at this point, and Clinton's worried about it. He's unpopular. Oklahoma City happens. What happens to Bill Clinton's political career?
This saved his political career. I mean, everybody remembers him as the great comforter in chief going to Oklahoma City and in a, you know, almost ministerial way,
right,
you know, comforting the victims. Then it was possible to, you know, pass in Washington. They could pass new legislation. The FBI's budget was increased to, you know, prevent terroristic attacks.
So it has come to light that 80 to 90% of the internet is actually all bots, which means most of the views that this video will get are most likely going to be bots. The fact that I'm even talking about bots may encourage bots to come into my comments right now and talk. They might even follow me. All of this is because, I mean, these bots are created to artificially, you know, create engagement so that, you know, it'll encourage, you know, ad money spend and everything like that. The main culprit behind this is capitalism, money, you know, greed, and it's kind of biting these companies in the ass right now because now they're spending all this ad money and they're getting these conversions that aren't even real conversions. So they are not getting the right data back, and basically, you know, the money that they're spending on these ads is becoming less and less actually valuable. What this is also going to mean is that influencers are going to have less to actually sell to these companies and, you know, to people in general. Because it's not just negative comments that you're going to get that are bots. It might be even the positive ones. It might be the ones that leave comments, likes, shares, etc. So what is the solution? I really don't know. I think eventually it's going to come to a point where the internet is going to kind of cease to exist in a way. I think if anything, it means that, you know, the genuine responses that you get, just treasure those, because we're going to become more and more rare.
Okay. I don't know what this guy's talking about. All I know is he's got a bunch of toys that he plays with in the background, and he's 40 years old. But anyways, not judging, just saying. But the internet ain't going nowhere, y'all. Internet ain't going nowhere. It's not. They put the ID to get on the internet, ain't going nowhere. Guess what? That's going to be the new thing. By the time my son, you know, starts using the internet at whatever, 15, 18, whatever, ID is just going to be the thing. That's going to be the thing for him. You ain't even going to think twice, right? Us older people are going to tell him, but you don't care. It's just being honest, y'all. People that are going to care are the older generation. Well, guess what? They want you off the internet. They don't want you over here, right? Because you can't pull the wool. You can't pull it over us. We see through it. But these young ones, they don't know nothing yet. They don't know no better, right? I don't know what this guy's talking about.
So before I leave you, don't just take the views as like a positive or whatever. Like, really have discernment when it comes to what engagement you're getting and what those views even really mean. Because TikTok, you post a video, it gets like 250 views. Yeah, 250 views. Yeah, probably a lot of that is going to be a lot of new accounts, a lot of bots, a lot of yeah, be careful.
So you're telling me that just because I'm a member of Congress and I have access to information that the general public does not have access to, that you do not want me to use that information to my advantage?
Yes, that's what we're saying, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was a crime. I didn't know it was a crime to use private information that I obtained through my profession to trade on public stocks. I didn't know that was a crime.
Are you being serious? It is a crime. It's like a very serious crime.
That sounds made up. What's even the name of this crime, huh? Is it the, oh, we shouldn't let people that obtain private information through their profession trade on public stocks statute?
Yeah, I mean, it's called insider trading, but it's pretty much just that. Yeah.
Well, I just feel like I'm being penalized for being successful.
No, I mean, it happens all the time that certain professions can't participate in certain activities because it's a conflict of interest. That's why athletes can't gamble on sports.
Whatever, okay? I just don't think that what I'm doing should be considered insider trading. All that I'm doing is trading stocks based on inside information that damn it.
The internet claims that this painting from 1562 has dinosaurs in it. See right here, over here, and then somewhat over on the side there. Now, obviously they're camels or an elephant, right? I mean, we're really zooming in on this painting here, and the detail does get lost, but at quick glance, they look like brontosaurus. They look like people are riding dinosaurs.
And
it's
horses
fun.
in there.
But let's not forget, there was a time when medieval artists did not know what shit looked like. And they threw descriptions or whatever, and they tried, right? Now, this one's a little bit funny. There's some really bad, especially with lions. They had no idea what a lion looked like. So I think that guy, Pieter Bruegel the Elder, over there in Austria, has never seen a camel or an elephant. The one over there on the right clearly looks like an elephant. Internet's just being the internet.
This is a hand. This is a whole hand. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. Y'all are eating hand. Y'all, this is a hand. Hello? Oh my god. We need to get the fuck up out of here. Where's the Pay attention to the bag. You want to eat it? You want to talk? Yeah. What the fuck is going on? Look at the bag now.
My life's not. No, you're done. You're done making me feel like I'm crazy. Because today was nowhere near normal.
Cooking hands.
Fucking hands.
Again.
Now look at the goddamn plate.
Marcel, are these ready?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Look at the plates. Deep fried.
You've been chasing hands all day?
Hands.
I will keep my remarks brief and in English for those of our foreign guests. Thank you all for coming. Tonight's meal, prepared by Marcel, is truly a sacred experience. If you are here, it is because I know you appreciate and revere life's most beautiful experiences. You will not be disappointed. You all have in front of you a napkin. While some of you may be familiar, I offer a reminder. This is what the elites do. Eat this meal with this napkin draped over our heads, as is traditional with Lima. This is not out of shame, as some may speculate.
Like,
quite the opposite.
What?
To allow a private and sensuous moment with a meal. A meal that I assure you rivals even the finest.
Is that cornbread? And hot sauce? What the hell? Let's go. And look.
First class. Girl, this some high-end shit. I feel like I'm Beauty and the Beast. Mad exclusive. It smells amazing. Kind of earthy.
Did y'all see this?
Like I have to put a blur on there, y'all. If not, copyrights. After a certain amount of copyrights comes the strikes. After 3 strikes, you're out, right? I get a lot of, not a lot of comments, but the haters out there saying all you're about is money. You want money that important to you. Like, it's how I make my living, y'all. This is how I make my living. So I got to be very careful with things like that blur will let you guys know that they put that in a movie. If I didn't put that blur, you would never see that clip. It's from the movie ATL, I guess. I don't know what it's called, Atlanta or something. I don't know, with Childish Gambino.
With Toyota, they're working on some like paradise type of thing where they're it's called a woven city. At the base of Mount Fuji, Toyota is building a 175-acre living lab where everything is powered by hydrogen and run by AI. There will be no gas stations, no traffic jams, cars are driverless, smart homes, and robots take out the trash. Everything's connected and learning in real time. Picture this. You get sick and your bathroom mirror alerts your doctor. That's crazy. If you run out of milk, your fridge orders more. You never touch a steering wheel again. Most cities are frozen in time. Woven City is a place that evolves. It's designed like software with updates, upgrades, and automation built in. And here's the real twist. Toyota, not just testing cars here, they're testing society, mobility, healthcare, energy, and even happiness. It's a living experiment. Every street, building, and sidewalk collects data. And that data shapes how the city runs, grows, and heals itself.
Bro,
That's
cool.
hard.
Like, a part of me is like, it's cool.
Yeah.
But then it's like, damn, bro. Like,
That's
that's a
not
dope
cool.
ass idea, concept. And I do think that's where we're
Oh.
getting to. And I do think Asia is like one of the most advanced fucking countries.
It's a little too futuristic for me, though. It's not that I'm
But
not
it's-
open to it, but it's a little
it's just
too.
like, I start to think like, yo, where does humans, what part do we play in that? You've essentially taken all of the things that it's doing was jobs and careers and you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing there?
I don't like it.
My body's composition is determined by my genes. Hey, eyes up here.
Sydney Sweeney has very keens.
The Sydney Sweeney ad, have you seen it?
Oh, yes, I have.
What are your thoughts?
Trying to calm myself, but that would, Sydney Sweeney has good really? Like, the eugenics in that, it's dripping with it, and I'm like, no.
When you saw it, what did you think of?
I mean, I thought, you know, it was disgusting. I think it's just showing what kind of country we're turning into. It's white supremacy at the end of the day. That's what this ad is representing.
I didn't see it, but I have heard quite a bit about it, and a lot saying that it's slighted towards like eugenics and comparing the blue genes to blue genes, blue blood, white hair, or not white hair, but like blonde hair, blue eyes, and there's been a lot of comparison to that. I think it's absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah, that's not a good look. I mean, you know, she's blonde hair, blue-eyed, white woman, you know, very cute, and a lot of the things she's been doing online have been a little bit questionable. It seems that she's definitely been, you know, pandering to a certain group of men online.
I've seen parts of it, not the whole thing. I understand why people are offended. Whatever the intentions were, the impact is very problematic.
It's not acceptable to begin with, so.
Yeah. And I've been seeing a lot of people online being like, okay, well, if we ran the same ad with a black woman, it would be interpreted differently. What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that is that, you know, a black woman probably wouldn't use the same inflection, and, you know, they didn't do that. So, you know, they can say what ifs all they want, but the fact of the matter is they used a white woman to send a very specific message.
What about you?
I definitely think if it were a black woman, it would send a different message, specifically because that's the world that we've created, that we've grown up in. And so by specifically using a white person, it completely disregards everything that we've spent the last centuries working towards. And so that just kind of, it rubs us the wrong way.
You know, a company like American Eagle, not surprised. And I think any
thinly veiled. Whatever they're trying to put out is not very thinly veiled at all, and people can see through it. And so hopefully with enough outrage, companies will be afraid to put those types of messaging out.
I get both sides of the argument. Like, she's talking about like actual genes, but then I get the other side saying like, oh, but like this could be like a play on words for like something else. But like honestly, I think there's just so much more going on in the world that like an ad about Sydney Sweeney isn't something that we need to pay attention to. It's this, and it's actually fighting for people's rights and committing to kicking out Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and RFK Jr. Because they are fucking everything up. So I think that ad is like, I get it, people are outraged, but that's not what we need to be paying attention to.
So they're obviously at a leftist rally convention. People's priorities are just so screwed up. And that was all division. That was it. That last girl, I was with her for a little bit, like, this really doesn't matter, until she got political, and it's just, that really doesn't matter, because guess what? You don't got no control over it. You can sit there and protest all you want. Ain't not a damn thing going to change. Mr. Donald Trump or Kamala, whoever was up there, isn't going to be like, you know what? These people are protesting. Let's change. No. But I put this in there to show you guys that those people and the other side, you're the same. Because if that would have been, an African American woman saying that, all the Republican, so-called Republican YouTubers, they would have been making videos on that saying they're woke and we got to boycott this, and they're the same thing, y'all. These people are on there to keep you divided. Same with those Republican content creators, right? They probably get paid because they're not saying anything that Trump says is bad, right? You saw it with the Epstein thing. A lot of the top right-wing YouTubers, they didn't speak a word about that. They didn't speak a word about it. So, two wings on the same bird, y'all.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Yeah. She has perfectly fine genes. I mean, I have never owned a pair of American Eagle jeans, but I would assume that the jeans she has on are perfectly good jeans. She has maybe even, some would say, great genes. Now, according to the wokety woke folk out there, this is schmatzy propaganda. This is right out of the Little Mustache Man's playbook. How dare they refer to Sydney Sweeney, a white woman with blonde hair and blue eyes, state that she has great genes. This is what y'all are pissed about? This.
And if it was the other way around, he'd be making the same video saying how they're so woke, how they're using us to sell their clothing. The same thing, y'all. I can't believe people don't see this. Do you guys see it? Or is this my crazy mind, seeing another dimension? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it's annoying.
This is the hill y'all are willing to die on. Some damn jeans. Y'all got a long 3.5 years coming. Let me just tell y'all that. This is merely the beginning. Yeah. All that woke nonsense from yesterday, out of here.
All right, family. There you have today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You made it this far. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Y'all back with the hour banger. I didn't get to yesterday's video. I just felt for one, I was grumpy. For two, I just felt like I was being devil's advocate a little too much, and sometimes that's good, but I feel like I was overdoing it, so I had to cut it short. So that second half of this video was supposed to be yesterday's video, but I cut it short. I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't. But today I was. You know what I mean? I hope you guys enjoyed it. We got to come together, y'all. We got to come together. All this, I can't believe people don't see it. I mean, maybe they see it, but they're just making content on it to make their money. You know what I mean? That's why they're saying they're so woke and they're saying this, because that's what pays their bills. You know what I mean? I'm more of, you guys got to wake up. You got to come together. Right? Because if the ball was on the other foot with these genes, guess what? All these people would have been making videos, and guess what? You would have been like, they're woke. I'm throwing all my American Eagle clothes away, just like the people on the left are. If it was the other way around, the people on the right would be doing that. You know what I mean? So they're the same. Y'all are the same. But yeah, that's it, y'all. Baby's asleep. I got to get this video edited. He woke up like 3 times during my video, so I got to edit all those parts out when I go check on him, get the video up for you guys. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content. I missed my I had a tax appointment yesterday and I just forgot, so I got that tomorrow. So tomorrow I got to get an early video in because I gotta go see my tax lady and see what's going on. Y'all, I'm nervous. This is my first time making what I'm making and going to see somebody about this, so hopefully it don't hurt the bank too much. But anyways, y'all, I'm out of here. I gotta go eat some breakfast too before this baby wakes up. This is Segovia. I'm signing out of the man cave. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow on the next one. Y'all have a good day. Later.